Hello to everyone and welcome to this new podcast, Fruit for Thought. This is going to be episode number 4 with the TWC team from Hong Kong. Welcome to you guys.
Hello.
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 Have you all been doing well? How are you today?
Yeah, doing fantastic.
We're pretty good. We just came back with our match against Poland, which went fairly smoothly.
Nice. What was the result then?
So we won against Poland 6-0, so that was a fairly confident victory, I would say.
Yeah, that definitely is one. Great to see you here. And what about you, Chocola? You doing good as well?
Yeah, doing fantastic.
Oh, you already talked there. Thomas, what about you? You doing good today?
No, because I'm not on that match because I need to work today. But I have seen the MP lane and I can see their performance is also good enough. Even though there are some I need to talk about later with my teammates, I also have confidence with their performance too.
But you're kind of stressed then for the upcoming match, I assume.
Yes, really,
Alright.
really.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. But first of all,
Yes.
to all of you, how did you get started with Osu, and especially with Osu Taiko then?
So I guess I can start us off. I mean, I suppose I did a introduction last week, but I guess I can do a brief one.
Link to the
Right
video.
Yeah. So
Pretty much.
basically, started playing Taiko. Played Taiko for over half my life, I'd say. Started playing, played a little when I was a kid, and then got into OS about 5 years ago. Then started playing seriously about 2 years ago. That's pretty much it.
Alright, cool. And for the other two people?
Yeah,
I also
You just
let
go
me
ahead
start.
first,
Well-
Chocola.
Yeah, I start Osu journey since 2011, and my main game mode at that time is not Osu Taiko. I have been playing Osu Standard until 2013, where I have a short break until 2015, and since 2015 I have been playing Taiko intensively, and now I'm top 2 in Hong Kong in Taiko, yeah.
It's
And
really nice.
I do playing some other modes like Catch the Bee, Mania, and so these two modes are some of my elective modes, yeah. So that basically concludes all my Osu history. Yeah.
Electives. You make it sound like it's a subject.
Yeah.
And what about you, Thomas? How did you get started?
like Mango. I played the Taiko in primary school. So, but I start also until Form 4, until 15 years old. So maybe many years later. So my sister's recommendation led me to play also, and at the first time I just play also standard, and I find it's really hard. And the most that I can't forget is just I play a song which only 3.6 star nowadays, 3 star, or just I play 860 times, and I also cannot pass that song.
I can
So,
feel
yes.
you. Yeah.
Yes, not 800. I think it's 700 only. So I play 700 and also fail that song. So a few days later, I just play Taiko because I find that it's just similar when before I played it in the game in PSP and PS2. I try to think about my new click style to maintain my Osu Taiko, and I just find that it's fun to play because I have some experience. At the first time, I just not play so much on Osu Taiko because I find maybe RPG is more happy. It's happier for me, but few years later, I find that is really so meaningful and serious for me to play Osu Taiko for some reason. So now I just play Osu Taiko for 5 years now.
That's a lot. And since you started in primary school, I mean, You got a lot of experience then already. That's crazy.
And that's
Yeah.
why he's our captain.
No,
Best captain.
yeah.
Yes.
You deserve it. Yeah.
All right then.
But my
Yeah,
my
go
skill
ahead.
is not really good. But my skill is not really good. Even I play as a long time, but I will try my best in Taiko World Cup. Yes.
Don't like underestimate yourself. You're really good as well. I mean, you're the captain from Hong Kong, one of the strongest countries in TWC. So definitely be proud of it, I would say.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys are playing in the TWC now. These Fruit for Thought podcasts are themed around it right now. This is like the third episode with Taiko players talking, or like commentators. My question to you guys is, how did you experience the TWC so far, and did you like it? How did previous week go, for example, with your match?
I guess, I mean, this is my first TWC, so I can't actually compare it to past. Like, I don't have any past experiences I can compare it with. I think, Chocolate, did you play for TWC before? Like, or is
Not
this your
really.
first year? This is your first
my
year.
first year. Yeah.
So I think Thomas is really the only one who can, like, who's qualified to compare it with past years. But I mean, so far I'm not too disappointed. I mean, it's fairly exciting, and so I'm happy with it. Really, can't really compare it to past years though.
Mm-hmm. But you just like it as an overall experience, just to have in the
Yeah.
pocket. Good. So for the others then, Thomas, what about you? How do you like it so far? And is it better than, for example, previous years' Taiko World Championships? Do you like it more?
So let me explain that I have joined which TWC. So I've joined TWC 4, 6, and this time 7. So let me can I set the first experience of my TWC
Of course,
first?
just tell me
Oh.
everything you know. Like, that's really interesting.
Oh, so this is the most unforgettable match for me, because it is just down for me and the first step for me to join TWC. So in TWC 4, the map pool is very large. Even though the map pool is not hard at this time today, on that moment the map pool is also hard for me. So just like that, before TWC 7, I just find that there are more skill to maintain the combo. Yeah, it needs more concentrate to maintain the combo, and some easier map and some technical maps, and there are many slow growing speed hidden pick, and really fast hard rock pick that is unplayable hard rock pick in TWC 4. I just try really hard for me to train up myself. Yes, even though it is TWC 4, it's not easy nowadays also. So TWC 6, that means last year we lose to South Korea, is that the map pool bracket is low. It's now be
Much easier.
not easier, but fewer. I mean, it's not large as TWC 4. The map pool is cancel each of mods of one map.
Oh
So
yes, of course.
Yes.
Because back then the free mods were like four free mods and like 4 hiddens or something,
Yes,
and now it got reduced to 3. Yeah,
yes,
So it's
And
kind of
just-
different then.
the
yes.
map pool got smaller, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in TWC 6 that we can see the normal bracket is harder. This is the main reason, the main point of this. But another mod, just like Hard Rock, Hidden, and DT, in Hard Rock, I would like to point out, guys, Hard Rock is easier than Taiko World Cup 4. Yes, in TWC 6, Hard Rock is easier than Taiko World Cup 4. But but not only that, because it's more playable. I mean, it's more exciting for us to play, and not just like
Struggling.
Struggling and 260 ppm hard rock like that. And hidden pool, for hidden pool is more technical and more need more reading skill. Not like TWC4 is only read 70 BPM, 100 BPM hidden, which is really struggle for many players. I think in
I can get it,
TWC6, I think the map selector is really good. So yes, I really think that the map selectors can show that he has many knowledge about the map picking, and the experience of map pick, the experience of his skill, or know about the map styling.
I believe the map selector was Mittens? MMZZ, yeah.
Yes, a lot better. I think is this match selector is really good, even though match select and skill.
And I guess that brings us to TW7 then.
So, I think so let's bring up to TWC7.
Yeah, sure.
Just as I said, no mod is a lot harder. So, it's not joking, because it's like about the last year of final. Some of them we think about is close to semi-finals to final. In group stage, we can already see the 7.2 star for no more pick. And if people have tried that match, maybe it's not 7.2 star, it's only about 6 stars only. But it's really also struggle for some click style in Taiko. Yes, it's not also struggle for some player.
Okay.
When you can see the map structure. So there are some not only 7.2s, there are some 6.9, 5.7 for the no mod. They are really, even though the BPM is not too high in group stage, they are really hard to play.
Very technical. I think it's very technical maps.
Yes, really easy to miss and hard to handle accuracy. So, is that we can only just talk about no mod or another mod?
Just talk about whatever you like. Like, it's all about your general experience. So yeah.
Okay. So in Hidden, the BPM is not too low, but it's also only 160, and there are some of the drop are really troll maps like Slate and the really hard map in no mods, also like Harvest. In Hard Rocks, it's more sensible. It's a little bit sensible for me, but maybe for some player which not very good in Hard Rock is also struggle.
Like myself.
Yes. So in double time, we have also can see the 7-star DT, even is not really high technical and quality, but it's also really hard to maintain accuracy for most of the time. And the free mod, yes, this is one of the big change of free mod in this year of Osu World Cup. World Cup, in this World Cup, not only Taiko but I think it's also Osu, because now free mod is just limited by the map select. For example, that map may be limited by the map selector for only hidden or hard rock, or only hidden hard rock or no mod. Yes.
So it's restriction.
I think it's really tough for some team if they are not arranged their team. They are not prepared to arrange their team for these free mods pack. And now I can see there are many teams that will not pick for all mods already. Yes, I can see that. That this is what I thought, because I don't think all the team will prepare well for this free mod limiting, and because this is really challenge for the map for the players which can arrange their team easier, so or maintain the map easier. So yes, I think this is the point, and this is also my point. I really think that Canada is really good to maintain free mod. Yes, free mod maintaining is amazing this time.
Okay, cool.
Just to add on to what Thomas said.
Yeah,
very
I just
quickly,
wanted. Can I real quickly interrupt you because I was
Sure,
actually
sure.
like planning
Oh.
on like asking about the map pool, and I was actually like exactly about to ask you as well, Magno. Do you agree on what Thomas said there? Are those free mods pools like for specific people that really got their team fleshed out nicely? Just your general thought on the map pool this year, then. Since
Just a
Thomas
general
like
thought on the map
elaborated
pool?
so nicely. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I feel that the map pool is definitely a step up from previous years. That much is obvious. Okay, like it's very well reflected in the gain in SR. But I feel like the map pools are balanced, although I feel the no mods are a bit too hard while the free mods are kind of the mod picks are like relatively easy compared to the difficulty of the no mods. That's what I feel. I have to say the pools are quite balanced overall, though. Like, there's nothing much to add on to that, other than the fact that the maps are really hard, so it's really challenging.
No, okay, reasonably enough. I mean, yeah, we've heard most players saying exactly the same as you've said. Balanced map pools, but like really difficult. So, Chocolat, do you agree on Thomas and Magnomizer what they said about the map pool? And do you think that you as a player can play these maps really well? Or are they difficult for you?
Yeah, the Randomizer and Thomas points are right. I myself have difficulty on I have difficulty on passing those maps like the one I had just played. That DT map is really hard to maintain good accuracy, and I'm not good at it. So I end up getting a B in the match, and I would say that this map pool is kind of strategy. Yeah, I think that is quite a strategy. Yeah, unbalanced map pool is one of my concerns. Is really for group stage there is a 3.84 star hard rock, and now but there is a 6-star hidden maps in group stage, and that struggled me a lot, and I feel like that I at some time I think that I don't feel like playing TFC because of this reason. Yeah, so map pool is one of the problem in my TFC journey. Yeah.
So you feel as if you're playing in like this really extreme no limit tournament that is just way too difficult and maybe like badly scaled.
Yeah.
Well then. All right. That's really interesting to know. There's also another change for TWC 2017. That's Score V2, and I tried to ask this to all players. It's about 80% accuracy, 20% combo. I can remember something along those lines. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. But how do you like Score V2 in the tournament itself? Do you think it is ready to go? Should they improve on it and like reflect on it after this? Or do you think it's like 10 out of 10, really nice, keep it like this?
Personally, I feel Score V2 is focuses too much on accuracy. In the past, Score V1, it's pretty much a 50-50 balance between accuracy and combo. I feel there's way too much weighting on accuracy, and while this benefits some style of players in our team, for example, Sing216, who has always been able to hold consistent accuracy, other players who are just better at holding combo or just playing maps in general, they lose out on the accuracy points, I guess. Yeah, Chocolate, what do you think?
Yeah, Score V2, it has pros and cons for me, and maybe, frankly, for some of the team it is negative to them, and some of them is positive. Let's take South Korea as an example. South Korea are usually good at maintaining combos, and Score V2 may cause them to have trouble on getting high score, and in Hong Kong, score V2 is pretty much same for us because we have some different
Hong Kong's a kind of a mixed bag, I would say.
Yeah, it's mixture of different people. Like I myself are good at DT and hard work and accuracy, and Randomizer is good at holding combo and hidden and center. Yeah. So Score V2 has its pros and cons. For me, is a pros because I can maintain good accuracy. But one thing that struggled me really hard is about hitting the finisher will bring you 4 times score compared to the normal notes. Is really struggling me because I'm not good at playing finisher notes. Like this map pool that backfires map is one of the map that I cannot get good at. Yeah, so that's all about me talking about Score V2. Yeah.
Alright, so since it's a mixture of all things, as you just stated, would you maybe like it more if it were 50% combo and like 50% accuracy? Because it would favor
V1. That's Score V1.
Yeah, alright, so would you prefer Score V1 over Score V2 then, basically?
No way, I think Score V2 is much better because if you use Score V1, it's pretty much like luck game instead of
skill game.
Of the skill game. Yeah, it's not fair for some country that are good at accuracy but not good at maintaining combos. So yeah.
I feel like 80% is too much. So maybe like a middle ground somewhere, like 70-30, something like that.
Okay.
I feel that would be a better balance. Honestly, I feel that the introduction of Score V2 was a bit late to the scene of Taiko. I believe it was announced to be the tournament scoring system sometime during late January, and I feel that was just announced way too late, given that there wasn't much of a testing period and feedback before the actual Taiko World Cup began. Just my personal take on that.
Okay. But it's not a good idea to go back to Score V1 then. You can probably all agree on.
Yeah, I think it's heading in the right direction, but it's not quite polished yet, I feel.
Do you agree with your teammates, Thomas? Liking Score V2 more than Score V1? Or are you like against it?
I think, of course, for my playstyle is I like Score V2, of course. But if like the match system, I think Score V2 is a little bit better because some of the player maybe more think that accuracy is much important and just important for skill maintain. For the skill maintain, more like holding a combo. And also about the Score V2, there are some slider combo fixing, which means that if you didn't hit the slider 13%, you will miss that combo. I think it's not changed too much, but only for the map selector, just remember that there are some yellow slider, maybe they need to pick the map, which is not easy to miss after the yellow slider combo of the nose. Just only that.
Although I suppose Score V2 does actually bring some positive changes, like some additional positive changes, such as fixing hidden hard rock to be actually readable, and as well as note locking on spinners and sliders. Like those are features that have been requested since forever, and they have been addressed in Score V2. So I think that's a positive thing to take from that.
An evolution, but not like a complete one just yet. Then prototype evolution. Let's just call it then.
We'll just wait for Score V3.
Definitely, we will. Okay then, so next question to you guys. Since you're playing in TWC, you've only been beaten once so far by Japan, previous week, which sadly was a straight-up loss 5-0. Today you've won against Poland 6-0, clean swept, and tomorrow you'll be playing against South Korea. And if I correctly understood Thomas just now, you lost against South Korea previous year. So are you feeling confident of getting out of the loser bracket still, or is it going to be really tough for you guys from this point on?
I think so. Honesty to say, I really don't have confidence to beat South Korea this time. Yes. I think South Korea this time performance is really well. We have not have as much as confidence to beat them down. As I can see, their performance is really stable, and I know that their arrangement is really good, and I can and prepare so well. And since we have some problems to arrange our
Strategy.
yes, our strategy, and just need to maintain ourselves. We have really not have high confidence to beat South Korea this time, but we will try our best because I think it's more better to facing Japan this time. I think it's more like a close match, but we have not have the most confidence to play that. Come far for our match is just like only a sweep win or a sweep lose of our match. So I think it's more like good experience for this time for us to have a close match to beating South Korea.
Okay, do the other guys agree on that? Magno and Chocolo? Did I say that correctly? Chocola, I mean. Do you agree with Thomas there? Do you think you're not going to beat out South Korea?
For me, I have opposite view compared to Thomas. Since South Korea has lost the boss that is Everest, this time it will be much more easier for us to beat South Korea. So, the rest of the players' consistency are good, but for my understanding, South Korea is not good in accuracy, but which is a contrast to our team. So I think that it will be, I'm still feel motivated to play because I think that we can use our pros to defeat South Korea. Yeah.
So you are confident in beating them then?
Yeah.
Will it be close? Do you think it's going to be easy?
For my opinion, I think that it will be a close match because Hong Kong and South Korea has more or less the same ability to play the map pool. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry for interrupting you just now, Magna. What did you want to say there?
Well, I guess I have to break the tie then. I mean, Thomas seems to think it's going to be a struggle. Chocolate seems to think we're fairly good. I'm actually sort of sitting on the fence here. I do know South Korea is an incredibly capable team, and they have certainly quite an impressive roster of players as well. I mean, they have Quizmaggie, Runa, both top 100 players, very capable. Honestly, I could see it going either way. I think a lot of it comes down to how well both teams will prepare, well, maybe tonight and tomorrow, if that makes sense. We've seen some multiplayer from the multiplayer lobbies, like we've seen the matches. We can see what South Korea is capable of doing, and conversely, they can also see what we're capable of doing as well if they look at our match. So I think it's all gonna come. I think skill-wise, we're fairly on even ground, I would say, and it will all come down to strategy. I think that's what it's going to come down to. Like, what are the best picks? What are the best bans we could go for? And I think a lot of it will come down to planning.
So
yes.
It's really 50-50.
Yeah, for me, it's 50-50.
Okay, that makes it clear. So it's going to be an exciting match tomorrow then. I'm fairly confident in saying that, looking at your opinions at least. So I'll definitely be watching. Then I do have a question once again about how far people will get in this tournament, and that is the top 3. So top 3 teams always get badges and such, and I do wonder What teams will make the top 3 in your opinion? Like, who do you think is going to be first? Who do you think is going to be second? Who do you think is going to be third this tournament?
Well, clearly, first place is going to be
The
Hong
Netherlands.
Kong. Clearly, Hong Kong. Obviously, Hong Kong best team. April Fools. Anyway, no, I do believe. Japan has always been a clear candidate for like the number 1 spot in Taiko World Cup, and given that the roster this year is more impressive than ever, it's hard not to see Japan taking the spotlight again for what is it, the 4th time in a row now. But that's to be expected. I believe 2nd and 3rd place is something that's going to be much more contested for. Thomas, what do you think?
I think first place is just for Canada. Yes.
Yeah?
You think
yes.
think Canada can beat out Japan?
No. It's first place. I think
Third.
first place. Yes. First.
Oh.
Yeah. I think first place is. I agree with you. I think first place is just for Japan, and second place is for Taiwan. Yes.
Okay.
And the 3rd place will be for Canada. What about you, Magno? You called out your 1st place, but what about 2nd and 3rd?
I honestly feel that we'll have to see the difficulty of the map pool, of finals map pool. A lot of it will come down to it, but I can see Taiwan and Canada battling it out for 2nd and 3rd place, honestly. Like, they're both very capable teams with strong players in their own right. Canada, consisting of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, essentially. They've got Tasha, Janitor, Vlad, and Haji. All of them can pretty much play all of the mods, so they're very capable, and they prepare well as well. I'm actually quite looking forward to the match against Japan later today.
Okay, I
And
didn't
then,
even
but
know they
I
were
feel
playing.
that Taiwan has a stronger roster though. They have their usual lineup of Sand, Stu 00608, I think, and Ishida, and then they also have some new players like Ping, who has shown to be in past multiplayer lobbies. Like, we've seen that Ping is capable of doing some impressive things, shall we say. So he's crazy.
Yes, he's a really strong that what means BMS player, and I have seen his record about BMS. Even though I'm not played that game, I also can say this is about maybe a crazier mania, and she can play about a lot high level for that in my knowledge for reference games. And he's really crazy, and he has so many records before 3 and 4 years that I can only do nowadays. But he can do it 3 years ago, for example.
I feel that I think the only word we can describe him with is alien.
God damn it.
Chocolate, what do you think?
Well, for me, the first place undoubtedly it must be Japan. If Japan is not on the first this year, I'm going to lick my socks. Yeah.
I'll be watching you on that. I'll be holding a promise. Okay, remember it.
Yeah. So for the second place, it should be Taiwan. For Taiwan, I think that most of the members are strong, like Mano and Thomas just said, like Ping, STUs, and this kind of strong members. They can surely thrash other teams easily. So
Except Japan.
Except Japan. So,
Speaking about it, I do feel that Taiwan will put up a very good fight against Japan, honestly. Like, I feel they can take a couple points away from Japan.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So for the third place, I think it will be either Hong Kong or Canada, because our team and Canada's team both are good at accuracy and capable to play some insane maps like the DT map for semifinals. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't speak so soon because we still have to beat South Korea tomorrow.
I know. I'm looking forward to see which country will be the third place.
I mean, confidence is a good thing to have. Just thinking that you'll
gets rid
beat
of
out South
nerves.
Korea. Yeah, definitely helps a lot of players out in that regard. That really leads me to my last question to you guys already. We've been going through this like really smoothly, in my opinion. Once again, talking about your team, right? So you have an expectation of where you land, and you have a dream, let's just say, of where you'll land, like the hope of how far you'll get this tournament. So my question to you guys is, how far do you hope to get in this tournament? So what place do you hope to get? And what do you honestly expect where you'll land on this tournament? I mean, you could lose tomorrow already and you'll be out. So just your honest expectations of how this will turn out for the TWC 2017.
Honestly, I don't think we can beat Canada. So I think we'll end up being 4th in the tournament. But I'd like to beat Canada and make it to top 3. But that's my expectation. And that's my dream.
I mean, the winning loser is not bad either. Like 4th place out of 24 teams. That's really
There's no
impressive.
prize. There's no badge. There's no
Okay,
prize
that's
for being
true.
4th. It's a whole world of difference here. Coming 3rd and 4th is it's a huge contrast.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, you can still be proud of it. That's the least thing you can. You
True.
And what about the rest? Chocolat, what do you think and hope?
To be honest, I'm fine with Hong Kong landing anywhere because we can see that most of the teams beside us has become stronger and we have managed to come to semifinals. If I make a hope, I hope that we can defeat South Korea tomorrow and make it to finals week. But then finals week is my expectation because we usually are not capable to defeat any other stronger teams like Canada, USA, and Central. Yeah. So my expectation is at least into finals week. Yeah.
I also my expectation that our teams can land is just for the final weeks. But maybe anywhere is for my expected. Maybe we will lose tomorrow, or maybe next week we will lose to USA or Canada. Yes, but I of course I really want. If I really want just go to the top 3 as much as possible is my hopes for us to land for our team.
And I can speak on behalf of Singh, who really wants to land in the top 3 of the tournament as well. He has expressed his desire to at least place in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Thomas, since you've also played in 2 previous TWCs, and there's of course different teams each year. How do you like your current team as opposed to the teams you've had in the previous TWCs? And do you think you'll land on a higher spot because of the new members you got in this year, like Magnomizer and Chocolat?
Yes. I think Chocolat and Sing really can bring us to a higher land. Yes, their skill is really good.
Thanks for
Yes.
praising me. Yeah.
Yes, their skill is really good. As I also a really admire player to play with them with no moss and double time pick. Even though I'm not very technical to play of them, their skill is really high, really as high as many levels on me. I think that Sing and Chocolat is the main play for us is the main champion for Hong Kong team to bring us to the higher seed and
the main
to
driving
the higher
force.
land. Yes, and Mango and John, they are really they are also good. John, I can see John can is take part have many tournaments out of TWC, and I can see he's improved so much, and I'm also can see that his consistent in high PPM is really good. I also can see that he has potential for us to bring up to the high land. And Mango, I can see he's improving for this month, and he try hard to bring us to the high to win that game, and I also is also good for us to bring us to the high land.
So you're liking this team over the other two teams you've played with? I can probably extract from the information you just gave.
Yes,
That's really good to know.
definitely yes.
I'm glad you guys are having fun with each other. I mean, that's the main thing of TWC, having fun, right? With what you're doing. I can hear a general consensus of you guys thinking you'll probably make 4th place, but let's just keep the heads up. Try and see if we can make it in the top 3, and yeah, I wish you the best of luck in trying that, definitely.
Yeah, we should try.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Okay then hereby I'm probably going to close down the podcast. I really want to thank you Free, Chokla, Magno, Thomas for being here. Magno even like for the 2nd time already. Was a lot of fun to talk with you, got a lot of nice new information, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it as well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So for the
Thanks.
people who've been watching the entire video, thank you for watching. If you liked it, definitely subscribe and like this video. We are also on SoundCloud now. This will also be uploaded there, so if that's more convenient to you, definitely go check it out. And we'll be back next week with new guests, new possibilities, and we'll see what the TWC has shifted to by then, who's still in the tournament and who has been dropped out by that point. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Once again, I want to thank these guests for being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.